हरि बोल।
हरे कृष्ण महाराज, धन्यवाद।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे।
हरे राम राम। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय 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 राधा रमण हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, 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 हरि बोल हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल, हरि 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 बोल। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय, राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, राधा Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Vinah Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnu Padaya Radhikai Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayati Namine Shri Krishna Lila Kathane Sudaksham Audaya Madhuri Guleshuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tam Shirasa Namami Tridandinam Bhakta Shiromanim Cha Shri Krishna Padabja Hridai Karutir Chaitanya Lilamrita Sarasaram Narayanam Tam Shirasa Namami. First of all, offer my millions of obeisances to Lotus feet of Asmati Guru Padma, Nitila President Guru Shishya Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Then also offer obeisances to Lotus feet of Tirandi Sannyasi Shishya Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj Namnishta Santa Shri Aniruddha Prabhuji. All the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis are gathered here. Please accept my humble obeisances. So we are today discussing Jaiva Dharma, page number 225. Bhagwan is the supreme person and the original source of all the devas. He is the supreme object of worship and is one without a second. Just as the sun shines radiantly, illuminating all directions, upwards, downwards, and all sides, so Bhagwan regulates material nature which is the origin of all different species of life. It is said in Taittiriya Upanishad, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yogeda Guhayam Parame Vyoman Su Ashnute Sarvan Kaman Sa Brahmana Vipaschita. Paratatma Brahma is the embodiment of truth, knowledge, and eternity. Although that Parat Brahma is situated in the spiritual sky, he is hidden in the sky of the hearts of all living entities. One who knows Ishvara, who is situated within as the indwelling supersoul, attains the consummation of all desires in contact with that all-knowing Ishvara. So he is hidden in the sky of the hearts of all living entities. That is called Paramatma. Paramatma. Like we see in ISKCON, very wonderful pictures of the deities. Very nice pictures are there. And for example, Paramatma is in our heart. Sarvasya chaham mriti sannivishto matta smritirjnanam apohanam cha vedesha sarverahameva vedyo vedanta kridvida vedeva chaham. Like this may be pictured done by Shamarani Didi. Very famous picture in ISKCON. Paramatma is shown as four-arm form, Vishnu, Shankar, Chakra, Gada, Padma. And he is seen in the heart of all living entities. You see here this particular, this is actually a cheetah. Cheetah. Modi, Narendra Modi imported from Namibia 6 cheetahs. The fastest running animal in the world. This cheetah's heart also four-arm Vishnu is there. There's a man here. There's also a woman here. And their heart also Vishnu is there, four-arm form. Every atom, electron, neutron, proton, Paramatma is there. So that's why I said Krishna is all pervading. So Andantarastha Paramanu Chyantarastham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Paramatma, he is everywhere. That is what is told in Bhagavad Gita, that Pandita Samadarshina. Shuni Chaiva Shapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. Shuni means dog. Shapaka means dog eater. So, Brahmane Gavi Hastini. Brahmane, even in the heart of Brahman, Gavi means cow, Hastini means elephant. A Pandita is sitting here, you see here, the Pandita. In his heart also, my dog's heart also, you'll see here. This dog may be pit bull or maybe some very strong dog you can see here. But in their heart also Paramatma is there. Lion's heart also Paramatma is there. So he is all pervading. There is no place. You know the story of Kanakadas, right? Kanakadas was a great devotee of Sri Krishna. He preached through Varnakular Kannada language many songs. He preached the bhakti to Krishna. Very popular saint. Very popular saint. So he was not born in very elevated family. He was born in a, not Brahmin family, but some lower family. Maybe Kurba, as they call it, Kurbas in Kannada. So actually, one time his guru asked him, Vyasatirtha, that he was not initiated, but he had accepted Vyasatirtha as his guru. He told Kanakadas that why don't you go and eat banana in a place where no one is watching. He told all his disciples, and also he told Kanakadas, who was like his disciple, but not a disciple, but accepted him as guru. So Kanakadas could not find a place where no one is watching him. Kanakadas returned empty-handed. He told Gurudev that there is no place in the world where no one is watching you. But his other students of Vyasatirtha, they ate the banana. Someone ate in a solitary place in a cave, under the water, on the top of a mountain, in the middle of a dense jungle, in closed room, behind doors. They ate the bananas and they said, yes, we ate banana when no one was watching us. But Kanakadas could sense that always some force was watching him. That Supreme Personality of God in the shape of Paramatma is watching him. Then Vyasatirtha said, wait a minute. This particular devotee is not even initiated, Kanakadasa, and he has that realization of Paramatma. Even now, what will happen after he really takes initiation? Even before this, Kanakadas has realization of Paramatma. He is able to see Paramatma everywhere, Krishna everywhere. How amazing that Kanakadas must be. He is seeing Krishna everywhere. So Kanakadas was that stature of Vaishnava. So user Yomam Pashyati Sarvatra Sarvam Cha Mai Pashyati Tasyaham na Panashyami na Sacha Me Pranashyati. One who sees me everywhere in everyone's heart and everything in me, then I'm not, he is never away from me and I am also not away from such a devotee. So basically you have to see Krishna everywhere. That is what actually Vyasatirtha realized. Vyasatirtha had given that taste. He's also Vyasa Raju because once he became actually he once became the king actually. Vyasatirtha became a king. You'll see here, generally Vyasatirtha is sitting on a golden throne out here. Why is sitting on a golden throne? Because once there was one particular inauspicious yoga called Kuhu Yoga. King Krishnadevaraya or some king was supposed to die. And Vyasatirtha sat on the throne. He declared that Vyasatirtha is the king, new king. Because whoever is the king, that yoga or that inauspicious moment will attach that particular person. So Vyasatirtha was coronated for just for some time. And till the Kuhu yoga lasted, which is a very dangerous yoga, Kuhu. And Vyasatirtha very successfully handled that. So he was called Vyasa Raya or Vyasa Raju, king, Queen Vyasa. Because for some time he was the king of this Vijayanagar, for this kingdom of Hampi, Hampi. So Hampi was where the Krishna Devaraya, was ruling. So Vyasatirtha was actually incarnation of Prahlad. Was incarnation of Vyasatirtha Taradasa Lakshmi Pati Vyasadasa Taite Madhavendra Puri. You can see here the king is standing before Vyasatirtha folded hands. And he's crowned as the king. And others are glorifying him. Because there was a Kuhu Yoga, dangerous time. You can see in the front a snake and fire. So suddenly a snake appeared and about to bite Vyasatirtha, but Vyasatirtha controlled that. And fire also was going to fall on his body. If the king would have sat, this Krishnadeva would have sat there, he would have died. But because he had coronated Vyasatirtha handled it by his bhakti, power of his bhakti, he controlled that particular time. So snake and fire could not attack him. Otherwise, snake and fire was ready to kind of kill the king who would have been the incumbent of the throne. So such were the acharyas. Such were the acharyas. So he was crowned as the king, Vyasatirtha. So Vyasatirtha, he was coronated as the king for some time. So Vyasatirtha, his Vrindavan or Samadhi is in near Hampi, in the middle of the river Tungabhadra. So Vyasatirtha tested Kanakadas. He tested Kanakadas. That is God everywhere? Yes, God is everywhere. He is omnipresent. Yes, He is everywhere. There is no place where there is no God. The great king, Hampi means the great king actually. And here see, Kanakadas is there sitting before Vyasatirtha. Yet Matidas Tirtha also there. So Vyasatirtha was such a great devotee of Krishna. Such a great devotee of Krishna. This is Hampi. You can see the Hampi. Very wonderful carving of the stones. I have seen it once. Very wonderful temple. It's a national heritage. No, nowhere in the world you find such wonderful city made of stone. So, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyomam. So Ashnute Sarvan Kaman Sah Brahmana Vipaschita. This is from Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad. You might have heard about Taittiriya Upanishad. There is actually Taittiriya Upanishad has some history. If you see, Taittiriya Upanishad means, I think there are some birds by the name Titar. And Wikipedia says that the Taittiriya Upanishad is a Vedic era Sanskrit text embedded as three chapters Adhyaya of the Yajur Veda. There are four Vedas: Yajur Veda, Rig Veda, Sam Veda, and Atharvaveda. It is a Mukhya primary principal Upanishad and likely composed about 6th century BC. They say that it is composed in 6th century BC, but actually it's we know it is timeless. Because Vedas, Upanishads, they are actually breathing of Narayan. Vyasadeva only manifested them. So, you see that Taittiriya is the Sanskrit word which means from Tittiri. The root of this name has been interpreted in two ways. From Vedic sage Tittiri, who was a student of Yaksa, or alternative, it being a collection of verses from the mystical students who became petrifics, birds, in order to gain knowledge. So the latter root of the title comes from the nature of Taittiriya Upanishad, which, like the rest of the dark or black Yajur Veda, is a mortally confusing. So there are actually patriges. The students became patriges to get the knowledge. Something like this has been said. So there is some history that the students, just to get knowledge, became the birds, and the birds, like they eat the grains, they collected the verses of Taittiriya Upanishad. So the Vedic students became patriges and to learn this knowledge. That's the Taittiriya Upanishad. I find out the exact story behind Taittiriya Upanishad from Madhva Sampradaya. Madhvacharya used to lecture elaborately on Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya and Taittiriya, because Madhvacharya apparently he was giving a class in Ananteshwar temple on some Upanishad. Might have been to those who have been to Udupi, you'll see that Ananteshwar temple in Udupi. Previously, there was no Krishna Matha. And there was only Ananteshwar temple, Udupi. And there you'll see that is the place where Madhvacharya has no samadhi. Because Madhvacharya is still present today. He was just giving classes in this particular Matha. This is called very old Ananteshwar temple, very, very ancient temple. It's a very typical temple architecture, as in you see in Udupi and also Kerala. Too much rain there, so very sloping. The roofs are sloping downward like anything. And in this particular Anteshwar temple, this is the place where Madhvacharya was giving class on Taittiriya Upanishad, and suddenly there was a shower of flowers from the sky, and then all of a sudden they didn't hear the voice of Madhvacharya speaking anymore. So Padmanath Tirtha, he kind of searched where Madhvacharya has gone in the pile of flowers which demigods had showered, and Madhvacharya had disappeared. So Padmanath Tirtha was very much perturbed, disturbed that his Gurudev had just disappeared like this. Then there was an aerial voice that I will not be seen here, I will be seen either in Badrika Ashram, I will be with Vyasadeva, don't lament. But Padmanath Tirtha was so much disturbed that my Gurudev has just disappeared like this from my region. He left Udupi and he came to Kishkinda. So this is Ananteshwar temple. It may look like Shiva, but actually it is Vishnu Linga. It is actually Shiva Linga inside. This is the original temple which was present. Madhvacharya used to give classes here in this Ananteshwar temple on Taittiriya Upanishad, Aitiriya Upanishad, all these Upanishads. Text he used to give classes, Taittiriya Upanishad and all. And while giving classes only, he disappeared and went to Badrika Ashram. Even today, you'll see Madhvacharya and Vyasadeva, they are having discussion. Even today, some devotees do have, when they go to Badrika Ashram, some elevated acharyas, then you'll see that Vyasadeva and Madhvacharya are sitting and discussing Bhagavatam. Even today, means it shows that Bhagavatam is never-ending text. Means it has been almost 1,000 years. And since even now, the daily classes are going on in Badrikasham. Daily Vyasadeva is speaking and Madhvacharya is hearing and he's still learning. Understand? So it means that Bhagavata, Nittam Bhagavata Sevaya. What is a better example than Madhvacharya? Nittam Bhagavata Sevaya. So you see that Madhvacharya is Hanuman and Bhima. So where was Hanuman born? So Hanuman was born in Anjanadi temple and he lives near there permanently. And that's why you'll see that in Kishkinda, in Anjanadri hill, in the vicinity, that Sri Hanuman was born here actually, in Anjanadri temple. On top of the hill, you'll see that this is the way. I walked this route with Shripad Dandi Maharaj. Here on top of the hill, stone hill, there Hanuman was born here. And there is a temple of Hanuman here on the top of the hill in Kishkinda, Hampi, near Hampi, Kishkinda, where I am right now. About 50 kilometers from where I am now. There is a temple of Anjana Devi. Anjana Devi is also there, mother of Hanuman. And so Hanuman always lives near Anjanadri Parvat and Kishkinda. So Padmanabh Tirtha said, okay, let me stay near this temple so that I will be able to get at least a glance of Hanuman here. So that in Kishkinda region, Padmanabh Tirtha resided there and he took Samadhi there only. So in Samadhi of Padmanabh Tirtha is there in Nava Vrindavan. There is a place called Nava Vrindavan in the middle of Tungabhadra river. So this Nava Vrindavan is where the Samadhi of you'll see that there is Samadhi of Sri Padmanabh Tirtha is there and other Acharya is also there. So we are. I visited these places with Sripad Dandi Maharaj and some other times also I visited. A very sacred place where the Samadhis of 9 Acharyas are there. The first Acharya in our Sampradaya whose Samadhi is there, it's called Vrindavan, is Padmanabh Tirtha. So in this no Vrindavan, you'll see that there are 9 Samadhis, nine Vrindavans in the middle of the river, Tungabhadra. You need to take a boat actually to go there. Rainy season, very almost inaccessible. And obviously, the first Acharya is Brahma. Brahma is still ruling, so he has no Samadhi. And the second is actually Acharya is Sriman Narad, who also has no Samadhi, Chiranjiva. Also, third Acharya is Shivasadeva, he is Bhagwan, so he is also Chiranjiva. Madhvacharya also has no Samadhi because he is still learning the Bhagavatam, is eternal. And also, Padmanabh Tirtha also took Jaiva Samadhi. Means not that they didn't exhibit the pastime of living this world, but rather they simply sat in the samadhi and trance, and then samadhi was constructed on them. It's called Jaiva Samadhi, living state. They accepted samadhi, complete trance or meditation on Bhagwan, that is samadhi. So you'll see that this is the Nava Vrindavan Samadhi, and so Padmanabh Tirtha resided in this Kishkinda area, so that in the shape of Hanuman he'll be able to see his Guru. That was his Guru Nishtha. So Nava Vrindavan is a very famous place. So Parisha says Bhagwan is omnipresent. So Nayaratna is asking, the Rigveda states, Tat Vishnu Paramam Padam, they see the supreme abode of Vishnu. How can you say that this doesn't refer to the Vaishnava Dharma that is included in the Mayavad doctrine? So the Vaishnava Dharma that is included within the scope of Mayavad rejects the conception of eternal servitorship to Bhagwan. The Mayavad believes that when the sadhaka acquires knowledge, he attains the status of Brahma. However, where is the question of service if one becomes Brahma? It is said in Kathopanishad. Nayam atma pravachane labhyo namedayana bhavuna shutena yameve shavrunate tena labhyas tasya atma virunate tanam swam. That Paramatma Parabrahma cannot be attained by delivering learned discourses, by applying one's intelligence, or even by hearing the Veda extensively. That Paramatma is attainable only by one upon whom he bestows his mercy. Since the Paramatma is very close by, he reveals his own form. The only true religion is the transmission function of service and surrender. There is no other means to attain Bhagwan's mercy and thus see his eternal form. Knowledge of Brahma will not enable one to attain darshan of Bhagwan's eternal form. We can understand from this categorical Vedic statement that pure Vaishnava Dharma is founded upon the Vedas. All the Vedas sanction the Vaishnava Dharma that Srimad Mahaprabhu taught. There is no room for doubt in this regard. So Nayaratna is asking, is there any statement in Vedas to the effect that Krishna Bhajan and not realization of Brahma Gyan is the highest standard? So Vaishnava Das is telling, it is said in Taittiriya Upanishad 2.7.1, Rasa Vaisa. Krishna is the embodiment of Rasa. Besides, the Chandogya Upanishad states, Shamam Chama Shabalam Prabhadde, Shabala Shamam Prabhadde. By service to Krishna, one attains the transcendental abode of divine bliss, which is full of wonderful pastimes, and by reaching the transcendental abode of wonders, one attains Krishna. So, there are many similar statements in the Vedas which declare that Krishna Bhajan is the highest attainment. Nyayaratna. In the name Krishna, is the name Krishna anywhere to be found in the Vedas? So, Vaishnava Das says, does the word Shama not refer to Krishna? It is said in Rigveda 1.22.164.31, Apashyam Gopam Anipaddama Nama. I saw Sri Krishna who is born in a dynasty of Gopas and who is imperishable. There are many statements in the Vedas that refer specifically to Krishna as appeared as the son of a Gopa. So basically, many times, you'll see that the Vedic literatures, they are actually in wiki source. If you go, then Sanskrit wiki source, there's a website like this, and you'll see that there are. You can search the name Krishna there. You can search the name Krishna. So, and you'll find many Vedic texts there, and you can make a search on the word Krishna, and you'll find many names Krishna there. Krishna is present there in many places. So no doubt that Krishna is certainly eternal. All these texts, they talk about Krishna. So Shama Shabalam Prapande Shabala Shamam. Here Shama means Krishna. Shabala, Shama Shabalam Prapande. Shabala means white, golden. So Radharani. By worshipping Radharani, one will receive the mercy of Krishna. And by worshipping Krishna, one will receive the mercy of Radharani. Or you can see, by worshipping Gauranga Mahaprabhu, you will get the mercy of Krishna, and by worshipping Krishna, you will get the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. That can be another meaning, because Krishna is very easily obtained by worshipping Gauranga, and Gauranga is very easily obtained by worshipping Krishna. Although they are the same, both are the same, but still, you'll see that when we take shelter of Krishna, then we get mercy of Gauranga, because Gauranga is very happy if you worship Krishna, and if you worship Gauranga, Krishna is also very happy. Although they are both same, but you see here that Mahaprabhu, he very much, Mahaprabhu is Krishna, he's Jagannath only, but Jagannath is dancing right in front of himself in the shape of Mahaprabhu. Now, Jagannath is Krishna Viraha Vidur, Radha Viraha Vidur. Jagannath is feeling separation from Radharani, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the mood of Radharani, feeling separation from Krishna. So Radha Viraha Vidur Jagannath and Krishna Viraha Vidur Gauranga, they are having eye to eye union. So Gauranga's mercy is actually many different forms of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But no, Brajendra Nandana Jai Shachisuta Hoilo Sai Balaram Hoilo Nita. Papi Tapi Jata Chilo Hariname Uddarido Tara Sakshi Jagai Mata. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always searching for Krishna. Kothai Krishna, Kothai Krishna. And he gave darshan to Rai Ramanan in the shape of Radha Krishna. पहले देखे तुम्हार श्याम गोप रूप एवे देखे तुम्हार सन्यासी रूप तुम्हार आगे देखे कंचन पंचालिका तार अंग कांत तुम्हार सब अंग ढाका. I am seeing first you like a Shama Varna Gopa, son of Nanda Maharaj. Then I see before you very golden personality, female personality, Radharani. And by her effulgence, your whole body was covered. So Krishna became covered with golden effulgence because drawing the golden effulgence from Radharani, he became covered. And darshan of such Krishna. And you'll see here, this painting here, that Krishna, in separation of Radharani, when Radharani exhibited Man and went to Man Sarovar, Krishna also could not tolerate separation from Radharani. He sat underneath one particular tree, tamarind tree, and Krishna started meditating on Radharani. You see Krishna sitting in lotus posture, Padmasana, and he started meditating on Radharani. Then what happened? Radha Chinta Niveshana Yasya Kantir Vilopita Shri Krishna Charanam Mande Radha Lingita Vigraham. When Krishna started meditating on Radharani, he became golden in color. Understand? And that is the origin of Gaur Tattva. So that's why all our temples, you'll see that Mahaprabhu is in the mood of Radharani. It's Krishna, but he's always in the mood of Radharani. So, Shama Shabalam Prapadde, Shabala Shamam Prapadde. By worshipping Gauranga Mahaprabhu, one will receive worship of Krishna, and by worshipping Radha Krishna, one will receive the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. That is the inner meaning of this particular shloka. Shabala Shamam Prapadde, Shamat Shabalam Prapadde. By worshipping the white Lord, you get mercy of black Lord, and by worshipping the black Lord, you get the mercy of white Lord. Like this. So, this is a very nice verse. This is a very deep purpose there. So now Narayan is asking, Krishna's name is not clearly mentioned in any of these statements. This is simply your contrived interpretation. Vaishnadas. If you study the Vedas carefully, you will see that they have used this type of indirect statements in relation to every topic. The sages of old have explained the meaning of all these statements, and we should have the highest regard for their opinions. Now you see that Bhagavatam also. Srimad Bhagavatam also knows the name of Radha Krishna. So Shukadeva Goswami is speaking Bhagavatam, but he didn't mention the name of Radharani. Did he mention anywhere in Bhagavatam? Not even one place name of Radharani is there. Parokshavada. Parokshavada means indirectly he has mentioned the name of Radharani, but when he was speaking before Parikshit Maharaj, did he mention the name of Radharani? No. Because he is the parrot of Radharani. He loves the gopis so much that he didn't take the name of any even insignificant or small gopi like Kunkuma. What to speak of highest gopi like Radharani, he didn't even take the name of competitor Chandravati or Lalita, Vishakha, Tunga, Vidya, Rangadevi, Chamaklata, Padma, Shakya. No gopi he could utter the name. But he uttered the name of Rukmini and Satyabhama flawlessly. No problem. Because their love is reaching only the stage of Anurag. But when Radharani's love is reaching Mahabhav, he could not utter the name of any gopi, who all the gopis are Mahabhava Swarupa, and Radharani is Mahadanakhya Mahabhava Swarupa. So Parokshavad is always there, indirect mention of the holy name of Krishna Radha is very much in Bhagavatam and the Vedas. They indirectly tell about Krishna and Radharani, not directly. But he told, Shukadeva Goswami told, Shukadeva Goswami what he told? He told Jayati te digam janmanavaja Shreta Indira Shashvatatre. That Indira, since Krishna took birth in Braj, Indira means goddess of fortune, the original goddess of fortune, Radharani, permanently resides in Braj. They called Radharani Indira. Indirectly telling Radharani also residing along with Krishna in Braj. But he didn't directly take the name. Anayara Adito Nunam, Bhagwan Aish, Bhagwan Haririshwara, Yunno Vihaya Govinda, Prito Yam, Anayara. Again, the name of Radha was taken. Gopi said that there is one particular Gopi who has worshipped Lord Haridev very nicely. That's why Krishna took that Gopi alone with him. Understand? So, Sa, Kachit, like this. He has used the pronouns, but not the proper noun to address Radhika. Otherwise, he would have waited 6 months. And Parikshit had only 7 days to hear Bhagavatam. So, such an exalted sage, Shukdev Goswami also didn't take the name of Radharani directly. So, Vedas are like that. They don't mention the name of Krishna directly. That we have to understand. It's called Parokshavad. So now Narad is asking, please tell me the history of Vaishnava Dharma. Vishnu Das. I have already said that the appearance of Vaishnava Dharma is concurrent with the origin of the Jiva. Brahma was the first Vaishnava. Shivan Mahadev is also Vaishnava, as are all the progenitors of mankind. Shri Narad Goswami, who was born from the mind of Brahma, is a Vaishnava. This clearly verifies that Vaishnava Dharma is not a recent development, but has been prevalent from the very beginning of creation. Means Brahma is actually the original personality. And you'll see that Brahma and Narad, Brahma's son is Narad, and they all are Vaishnavas. So Brahma is the first created being in the world. He is a Vaishnava, and his son Narad is also Vaishnava. So what to speak? What to speak, So from timeless beginning, this Vaishnava Dharma is going on. The first created being, Brahma, is a Vaishnava, and is giving knowledge to his disciple Narada. Devadattam Imam Veenam, the Veena which is given by Radharani upon to Narad, strumming that Veena is always chanting the name Krishna. And this is the essence of all the Vedas. Understand? Narada Vino Jivana Sudhorvi Niryasam Adari Pura. Tam Krishna Nama Spurame Rasane Rasena Sada. That the holy name of Krishna is actually the very essence of the song sung by Narad Muni to the accompaniment of his transcendental Veena. So Narad Muni received that Krishna Nam and Gopal Mantra gathered from his Guru Brahma. So this Vaishnava Dharma is propagated through Guru disciplic succession. Brahma is the Guru and Krishna is the Guru of even Brahma. Understand? And then Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj and our Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj and all the high class Vaishnavas, the parampara is going on. It will go on eternally. Narad sometimes educated in the shape of Hamsa. Bhagwan comes in the. So you see, Brahma is actually on the Hamsa Vahana. Brahma is riding on. Brahma is called Hamsa Vahana. He's on the swan carrier. And you see, Narad Muni is praying to him, having darshan of him. So Brahma is the Guru and Narad is the disciple. And Narad Muni is now wandering here. He's a transcendental spaceman. And he's giving this transcendental knowledge all over the world, Narad Muni. Even now he's giving. And Bhaktivedanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj had darshan of Narad Muni. So Narad Muni goes sometimes to Vishnu and all, and he's always there in all the pastimes. Here we'll see Narad Muni addressing Vyasadeva. So Narada is the disciple of Brahma and Vyasadeva is disciple of Narad Muni. So this is what is our eternal disciplic success. I have no doubt about it. That is Vaishnava Dharma is eternal. Not all living entities are free from the influence of the three modes of nature, and the superiority of a high Vaishnava will depend on the degree to which he is free from the modes. The Mahabharata, Ramayana, and the Puranas are the three histories of the Aryan race, and they all describe the excellence of Vaishnava Dharma. We have already seen that Vaishnava Dharma was present at the beginning of creation. Prahlad and Dhruva were both pure Vaishnavas. So you'll see that Prahlad, he was the son of Hiranyakashipu, but he was the topmost Vaishnava. Hiranyakashipu, son of Diti, he tortured Prahlad because he was a devotee of Vishnu, and Vishnu had killed his brother Hiranyaksha. So Hiranyakashipu was not interested in worship of Vishnu, but his son was very much attached to the worship of Vishnu. So Lord came in the shape of half lion and half man and the protected this baby Prahlad. Prahlad was made to sit in the fire also, but fire couldn't burn him because he was always meditating on Bhagwan. Bhagwan in his heart, Krishna was always protecting him. So nothing worked on Prahlad. Prahlad emerged successful. He tolerated everything and he never perished. But finally, Narsingadev tore open the chest of Hiranyakashipu with his chisel-like nails and protected his devotee Prahlad. Prahlad was then Lord Bhakta Vidyadhyaya. Sharadindu Ruchim Mande Narendram Badanam Hari. So you see that Prahlad is a great devotee of Krishna. And they tortured him like tridents, but tridents also failed. And those tridents turned back on these demons, injuring them, cutting their heads. Because Narsinga they were always protecting. So this is the ancient Vaishnava Dharma. This very ancient Vaishnava Dharma. Prahlad was attacked by many elephants with big tusks, but their tusks broke. They fell unconscious, they were injured. Nothing, they could not trample him, they could not pierce him with their tusks. Understand? So you see that Prahlad saw everywhere Krishna is there. His father asked him, is he in the pillar? Yes, he's in the pillar. So his father said, if Vishnu is in the pillar, I want to kill Vishnu first. He punched the pillar, and from the pillar came Narsingadev and protected. And in spare time, Prahlad used to tell all the fellow students, don't waste your life. Chant Hare Krishna mantra. So such a great devotee Prahlad. This is a very ancient Vaishnava Dharma. What to speak of Dhruva? Dhruva actually was the son of Suruchi. Suniti. Suniti means good intelligence. Apparently there was a movie by the name. So they are showing pictures of this movie. You see? They are using Dhruva name, but showing something else. But we type now Dhruva Maharaj, then we see original Dhruva here. Alright. So here this 5-year-old boy, he could not offer prayers to Vishnu when Vishnu manifested before him. So Vishnu has this conch shell called Panchajanya. It touched to the cheek of this little child. That made him eloquent because all the knowledge is present in this Panchajanya. Conch shell of Krishna. Panchajanyam Rushikesho Devadattam Dhanurdhara Poundram Dadvo Mahashankham Bhima Karma Drukodara. So Dhruva Maharaj was told by Vishnu, hey, I think that Vishnu's manifestation was Ajit, if I'm not wrong. Ajit Bhagwan or Vishnu Bhagwan told him, Narayan told him, ask for some benediction. And then Dhruva said, oh, I don't want anything from you. Sthana Vilashi Tapasi Sthitoham Tam Praptavan Deva Munindra Guhyam Kachan Vichinvan Apidevyaratnam Swamin Krutartha Asmi Varam Nayache. He wanted to sit in the lap of his father Uttanapad, but Uttanapad's lap already his younger brother was sitting, Uttama. And Suruchi means great bodily complexion, fair color, very effulgent fair color. And Suniti means good intelligence, devotional mindset. People these days look at the complexion. They choose their life partner by just looking at photograph. Oh, can you send me a photograph? I will send you my photograph. And if they like the photographs, they get married. They only see the bodily complexion, but only after marriage they know their intelligence of their wife. Understand? If they had seen the intelligence and not the bodily complexion, they would not have been cheated. Understand? Suruchi means great bodily complexion. So she had very effulgent bodily complexion. She was a younger wife, but completely controlling the mind of the king. She wouldn't let Dhruva sit in the lap, and then Dhruva asked his mother, where I can find Bhagavan, because I want to sit in the lap of my father. Then Suniti said, don't sit in the lap of your father, biological father, you sit in the lap of your eternal father, Krishna. So go and go to the forest and you'll find Krishna there. So he ran to the forest and he performed austerities there. Narad Muni gave him the 12th level mantra and Dhruva performed austerities. You see here, the king was completely henpecked husband and he kind of he threw away elder Dhruva and took Uttam in the lap instead. He didn't allow Dhruva to sit in the lap because he was controlled by his wife Suruchi. So Bhagwan gave mercy to him. He meditated in Mathura, Madhuban. Within 6 months he got perfection, Dhruva. But then what happened? Because Dhruva had done austerity with the desire, fruitive desire, he wanted a position higher than his father Uttanapad, more than his father's father Manu, more than his father's his great grandfather Brahma. He wanted a position much higher than Brahma. So Vishnu said, okay, you have done austerities with the fruitive desires, so I will give you a Dhruva planet and you will be um, staying in a pole star. So you'll see that one pole star or north star, these are actually the two names for the same planet. This is a steady planet in the sky. And this pole star is actually always steady in the sky. And even today, all the planets circumambulate that pole star. Now, there is a car by that name. So pictures of only car are coming. But North Star or Pole Star is a permanent star in the sky. You can see that the pole star is always fixed. That is where Dhruva Maharaj lives. It is a very high planet, and he got that permanent position to live on the pole star, Dhruva Maharaj. But he was cheated. He could not go to Vaikuntha because he was also attached to his mother. So then he said, okay, demigod cheated me by creating fruitive desires in my heart. So let me take birth in Kali Yuga as Shripad Raj. And he has his Vrindavan at uh, near our Bangalore Mutt, not so far, 2-3 hours drive. On the way to Kolar, where Shripad Dandi Maharaj was born, and I went there in company of Shripad Dandi Maharaj once, Shripad Raj Mata. He was the Vidya Guru of Vyasa Tirtha. Just discuss Vyasa Tirtha, his guru. So Shripad Raj took Samadhi in this place. This is in Mul Bagal. Bagal means the door. This is the gateway to Tirupati. So he said, I'm cheated. I could not go to Vaikuntha. So let me come back again in Kali Yuga. And this is Shripad Raj. And behind him is Vrindavan. So Shripad Raj, he took birth as a sannyasi in Madhva Sampradaya. And he worshipped Gopinath. Amazing. He worshipped the Gopinath, Lord of Gopinath. So Shripad Raj was a great devotee. And if you go there in Shripad Raj temple, you'll see that one Acharya, maybe Nruhari Tirtha or someone, he drew with a sacrificial charcoal the picture of Narsinga Dev, and overnight it became a deity. This is a self-manifest Narsinga deity. He simply drew with a charcoal this picture of Narsinga Dev, and Narsinga Dev just manifested from the stone. Understand? Just self-manifest deity of Shripad Raj worshipped this particular. So Shripad Raj is Dhruva Maharaj. Understand? And now this time he didn't make mistake of asking any fruitive desire. He did unalloyed devotion to Lord Krishna. So you'll see that behind the stone, and that's Narsinga has manifested from this big stone. Without carving, self-manifest deity. Understand? So that is in Mul Bagal. If you go to Mul Bagal, is on the way to Tirupati from Bangalore. There are some other Acharya Samadhi also there in Mul Bagal. There were this particular sannyasi. We met him. Shripad Dandi Maharaj and myself met this sannyasi. He has Vijnanidhi Tirtharu. I think he was there in charge of Mul Bagal. Very nice sannyasi, and he told myself and Shripad Dandi Maharaj that there are actually why we don't put Tripunda Tilak. So you might be knowing there are two types of tilak. One is we put the Urdha Punda Tilak, two vertical lines, and Tulsi Manjari at the bottom. And then there is also Tripunda Tilak. This is actually this is the Shaivites. They put three parallel lines. That is called Tripunda Tilak, like this. Three parallel lines. Like this, Sadhu is putting this Tripunda Tilak, three horizontal lines. Then he said, don't never put this Tripunda Tilak. This type of Tilak, Tripunda Tilak, is not recommended. But Vaishnava Tilak is just fine. There are so many types of Vaishnava Tilak you can put. We have a particular Tilak in Gaudiya Math and ISKCON, and we have a special style. Why don't we put that? Because you see that there are two railway tracks, and these railway tracks never meet each other. They never meet each other. They always go in parallel. You may travel from where? Leningrad to Vladivostok. That is the longest railway line we learned in the school. These two parallel tracks will never meet each other. Never and never they'll meet each other. So if you put these three parallel lines on your forehead, you'll never meet the Lord Krishna. Ever and ever. That is what is the explanation. Just like the rails never meet each other, those who put Tripunda Tilak cannot meet Krishna. Or you give the expansion of two high tension lines. These they never meet each other. They always go parallel to each other. Understand? So any high tension lines, you'll see that these lines, these wires, they always go parallel to each other. They never meet each other. So you'll never meet Bhagwan. But we'll have Urdhva Punda Tilak. And this is a very wonderful Tilak. And this Urdhva Punda Tilak is meeting Krishna. You'll see that if you are putting a tilak like this, Urdhva Punda Tilak, then there is these two lines are joined somewhere, always. So Urdhva Punda Tilak of this sadhu, this is maybe Ramanuja Sampradaya sadhu, this is meeting at the bottom. Or Gaudiya Tilak, you'll see that. Gaudiya Tilak also meeting at the bottom, very typical Tilak. This is a Gaudiya Tilak, you can see here. There are actually two parallel lines. One line is Krishna, one is Radha. And then at the bottom there is Tulsi Manjari. In the portion between these two vertical lines should be kept clean because that is Vrindavan. If you don't put that portion clean, then Radha Krishna cannot have a place to perform pastime. So one line is Radha, one line is Krishna, and in between the portion is Vrindavan. And the bottom, this leaf you see is the Tulsi leaf, which is often to the lotus feet of Krishna. This particular tilak is like the footprint of Krishna on our forehead. It shows us our identity. So within that also there is different Gaudiya Sampradaya also there is basic form is the what we use. And then Nityananda Parivar will use this like tilak. Advaita Acharya Parivar will use different tilak. And Ganga Narayan Chakravarti Parivar will use different tilaks. Then Ramanandis will have different tilak. The different Vallabhacharya Sampradaya persons also use tilak. But basically they use different tilaks. But we use vertical tilak. 12 places we put the tilak. These are the mantras to be chanted. The Vishnu resides in 12 places. So Vaishnava Dharma is ancient, and Dhruva was also a great Vaishnava. He was a Sakam Bhakta, but nevertheless he was a very high class Vaishnava. A lot of things to be learned from Prahlad and Dhruva. So during the time there were many thousands of other Vaishnavas whose names are not given anywhere in history because only the most prominent have been mentioned. Dhruva was the grandson of Manu and Prahlad was the grandson of Prajapati Kashyapa. And they both lived close to the beginning of creation, and of this there is no doubt. So you'll see that actually this Prajapati was a Kashyapa. Kashyapa and Diti and Aditi. Kashyapa was a progenitor. So you'll see that Kashyapa, Aditi, and Diti. She had two wives, Kashyapa, Aditi, Diti. He was a great progenitor, Kashyapa. And here you see that Diti is very much agitated by lust. And she is praying to her husband that please give me a child. And she forced him to associate with him in the evening time, which is not an auspicious time. And because the child was conceived in the evening time, the child was terrifying to all the three worlds, both the children. She had twins, Hiranyakshi, Hiranyakashipu. They were very terrifying. They show that we should never procreate in the evening time. That's not the right time. Okay. So Diti and Aditi, she's Actually, you'll see here that Kashyapa is here. Someone has drawn this picture, and he's showing his many wives. One of his wives is giving birth to snakes. Maybe that is Kadru. One of his wives gave birth to birds. One of them, his wives, gives to like different creatures. Because he was a fourth leader, his job was to increase the population. So Vinata, Kadru, Aditi, Diti, they all were his wives. Kashyapa was a great progenitor of the mankind. These Kashyapas and Diti, they also had a son Vaman Dev, understand? Because they had performed austerities to become Bhagwan as the son. No one is like Bhagwan, so Bhagwan became their son three times. One incarnation was Vaman Dev. Vaman Dev became their son also, Kashyap and Diti. Kashyap and Aditi were very fortunate that way. That is called Caspian Sea, right? Srila Gurudev says that the Caspian Sea. This is named after Shri Kashyapa. Um, you'll see that the world actually once upon a time it was a Vedic. So see here there is state that Georgia, Turkey, Armenia, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Russia, and there is this particular lake, a huge lake. This is Caspian Sea. This is where Kashyap is to live. And this particular Caspian Sea is named after Kashyapa Rishi. Understand? This is what Srila Guru has told very clearly. Now, there are actually Vedic origin. This is the Vedic origin. The Caspian Sea is the world's largest inland body of water, often described as the world's largest lake or a full-fledged sea. And Indo-Heric basin, it lies between Europe and Asia. Hmm. The sea stretches nearly 1,200 kilometers from north to south. Hmm. Um, so here they are etymology, they are not able to tell about Kashyapa in Wikipedia. We can remind them, but certainly this is a, this particular lake Caspian Sea is named after Kashyapa Rishi, who was also a Vaishnava and is the progenitor. So they both lived close to the beginning of creation. Of this there is no doubt. You can therefore observe that pure Vaishnava Dharma was active from the beginning of history. Later, the kings of solar and lunar dynasties, as well as the great Munis and Rishis, were all intently devoted to Sri Vishnu. There is extensive mention of Vaishnava Dharma in the three previous ages, known as Sapta, Treta, and Dwapar. So basically, there are two dynasties. There is one dynasty which is called Solar Dynasty. That is called Solar Dynasty, in which Ramchandra manifested. Sri Ramchandra was manifested in Solar Dynasty. Means it's starting from the sun god. So Surya Vamsha, Ravi Vamsha, or the Ishvaku dynasty was founded by the legendary king Ishvaku. The dynasty is also known as Surya Vamsha. Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Bhagayam Vivasvate Manave Brahma Manave Ishvaku. This knowledge was handed over, the knowledge of Gita, to actually sun god by Krishna. Sun god gave it to his son Vaivasvatamanu, and Vaivasvatamanu gave it to his son Ishvaku. And in this Ishvaku dynasty, Ramchandra was born. So the sun god actually started one dynasty that is called Sun Dynasty. And Ramchandra, you'll see that the dynasty of Ramchandra, very illustrated, very great kings were there. Dasharatha. Dasharatha means 10 chariots. When he used to fight with his opponents, it appeared as if he is actually fighting in 10 directions. So Lord Ramachandra, he was actually son of Dasharatha. And in this Surya Vamsha, Lord Ramchandra appeared, the Sun dynasty. He was a great king. Leela Manusha Kritirama Rupa Pratapadasi Kruta Sarva Bhupa Jive Pivaswamrutame Padeva Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. And lunar dynasty is starting from the moon. Moon, I think, dynasty Pururava, and also Yayati, then from Yayati, Yadu Maharaj, and then this Moon dynasty, you can see that it's actually a very big dynasty, Moon dynasty. So many names could have been there, quite difficult to. How it began, you see Chandravamsha, lunar dynasty. Brahma had son, uh, Swayambhu, Daksha, Atri, Anasuya. Atri married Anasuya. From Atri and Anasuya, Chandra was born. From Chandra, Buddha was born through Tara. Tara was not the wife of Chandra, but she was the wife of Brihaspati. From Buddha, Purra was born. From Purraya, Ayusu. Then from him, Nahusha was born. From them, Yayati. Then Yayati had son by the name Yadu. And in Yadu dynasty, you'll see that Yayati. Someone has drawn this very good diagram, and you can study that. It's available on internet. So Yati, there were actually Yadu was there. So this is the Yadava dynasty. And then comes Devamida, King Devamida. Devamida had two wives. One was a Brahmin and one was actually Kshatriya. And then from Kshatriya wife, he begot father of Vasudeva Maharaj. And then Parjanya Maharaj from the Vaishya wife, Parjanya's son was Nanda Maharaj, like this. So Krishna was born to the Moon dynasty. And all their Vaishnavas, they all were Vaishnavas. Atri and Anasuya, they were actually father of Moon god, and that is how it all began. Atri was the son of Brahma. And Atri and Anasuya, they used to reside in a place called Chitrakoot. There are three demigods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, three gods. They came to test the chastity of Anasuya. They told Anasuya that please feed us naked. So she asked her husband, Anasuya, she asked Atru, she was being hosted in Chitrakoot, can I feed these three guests naked? Then he meditated in trance. He saw that these three gods are Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. He said, no harm, you can feed them naked. She told, okay, I will feed them naked, but she requested these three gods, please become babies. Because if the babies are there, mother has no shame or embarrassment if she is naked before the babies, because babies have no lust at all, they're innocent. So she made these three gods her babies. So you see here that middle is sitting Vishnu, Dattatreya, Shiva is sitting also in the shape of Durvasa, and Chandra is sitting, Brahma is sitting in the shape of Chandra. Then their three wives came pleading to her, please give our husband back. In one form, she returned their husbands to Lakshmi, Parvati, and to Brahmani. And then in one form, they stayed as her sons. So the Durvasa is actually the son of Atri. And also Brahma became moon, and Brahma is also he became the moon. And there the dynasty is there, actually, moon dynasty. Understand? So you see that this Anasuya is made three gods into our babies, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha. So generally speaking, many people they draw the picture of Dattatreya like this with three heads. But in Vedic culture, apparently, he has only one head. One head. In Bhagavatam describes having one head. He is like an Avduta. He is a great Acharya, sannyasi. They show like with three heads, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. But a single head is there. Bhagavatam refers in a single head. This is actually more accurate, I would say, according to Madhva Sampradaya. He has a cow with him, Kamadhenu, and there are four dogs. These four dogs represent four Vedas. And he's an Avdhuta. Avadhuta means someone who actually, Avadhuta means, Ava means lower, and Dhuta means wash away. So one who washes away the persons below him, that is called Avadhuta. So Nityananda Prabhu is called Avadhuta. Nityananda Prabhu is called Avadhuta. So Ava plus Dhuta is called Avadhuta. So you'll see here that he is Avadhuta. So you'll see here Avadhuta. Ava means lower, Dhuta means wash away. He washed away the contaminations, mental contaminations, spiritual doubts of everyone. That's called Avadhuta. Avadhuta means a person who is very advanced in knowledge, in bhakti. Such person is called Avadhuta. Dattatreya is an Avadhuta. So Dattatreya was a great Vaishnava, but he didn't teach Vaishnava Dharma. He taught some philosophy which was not so much Vaishnava in nature. So we respect Dattatreya, we worship him, but we don't follow his philosophy. Is what Srila Gurudev says. He gave some knowledge to Yadu Maharaj also. The names of his 24 gurus is mentioned in Bhagavata. So, there is an extensive mention of Vaishnava Dharma in the three previous ages, such as Satya, Treta and Dwapar. Even in the present age of Kali, Sri Ramanuja, Sri Madhvacharya and Sri Vishnu Swami in southern India and Sri Nimbaditya Swami in western India initiated many thousands of disciples into pure Vaishnava Dharma. So Sri Ramanujacharya was born in Sri Perembadur. Sri Perembadur is a place in South India, very famous place. That is the birthplace of Sri Ramanujacharya. And I have not been there, but it's a very holy place, Sri Perembadur. Apparently, this is a temple there. You can see the Tilak also vertical lines. Tilak is there. I think there is a lake there, and unfortunately, that is the place where our former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi was actually detonated by human bomb, and Rajiv Gandhi's samadhi is made there. There is memorial also be there in Sri Perembadur, the site where he was actually killed. A very unfortunate incident. But you see, Sri Perembadur is a place where Sri Ramanujacharya was born. Sri Perembadur. This is actually, you see, Kanchipuram, 18 kilometers. Vaniyamwadi, 148 kilometers. Bangalore, 294 kilometers. Mumbai, 1,238 kilometers. So, Sri Perembadur is apparently 18 kilometers from Kanchipuram. So, not so far from Kanchipuram, our Sriman Madhvacharya was born. Sri Ramanujacharya was born. He was incarnation of Lakshmana, and he's also incarnation of Anantashesha, Sri Perembadur. And he propagated Sri Vaishnavism. And obviously, you see here Rahul Gandhi praying to his father's memorial, because his father actually left the world here in a very unfortunate, tragic incident. So, anyways, so obviously, Sriman Madhvacharya, he propagated bhakti, and he was born in a place called Padaka Kshetra. Srila Gurudev has written a book about Madhvacharya and also about the four acharyas. And in Padaka Kshetra, this is the house where Madhvacharya was born. In the background, you see a tamarind tree. There's a tamarind tree here. Even today, that is there. And one landlord came and he was borrowed money. Madhvacharya's father, Madhyageya Bhatta, had borrowed money from that landlord. And that landlord was not allowing him to take prasadam and not even taking prasadam himself. But that is how the tactics of extracting money from the borrowers. So little Vasudeva asked, Father, why you are not eating? And then father said, well, how can I eat? This landlord is sitting here. I owe him money because I purchased a pair of oxen, borrowing money from him. I'm a farmer and he's asking money. So he went under the tamarind tree, he got some seeds of tamarind. And he got some tamarind seeds and he just gave in the hand of that landlord. And he said, uh, please take this. These tamarind seeds will be sufficient for your as your payment for you. So he gave some tamarind seeds like this, and then those tamarind seeds turned into gold. Actually, they turned into gold. So that landlord was very much ashamed. Actually, tamarind seeds. They're selling actually tamarind seeds. I'm surprised. Geomart. Anyways, those tamarind seeds in Pada Kshetra turned into, so that tamarind tree is still there. It's a very old house. Now they have built a very nice memorial for Srimad Madhvacharya, Padra Kshetra. It's old style. There's also this deity at basically those Brahmanas, Shivaji Brahmins are very prominent there. So in this Padra Kshetra, Madhvacharya was actually born in this place. This is the lake actually, where behind the house of Madhvacharya, in this particular kunda, he used to bathe because he used to go to many places here and there. So his father said, no, you should not go so far away. So he created all the holy waters he brought in this kunda behind his house. So this is where the house of Madhvacharya and this wonderful kunda. I had taken bath in this kunda. It's a very nice kunda actually. They give nice prashadam also. They're very nice prashadam. So Padma Kshetra is where Madhvacharya was born in Udupi. And he propagated very strongly Vaishnava Dharma and refuted Mayavad like anything. The famous text written by Madhvacharya is Mayavada Shatadushani. So Mayavada Shatadushani, 100 or Shitappa Muktavali, the two names for this particular scripture, means clear-cut refutation of Mayavad philosophy. So Nandandan Prabhu, Stephen Knapp, he gives this particular translation, English translation, and so here he is giving arguments why Mayavad is bogus. Understand? No one has so clear-cut refutation of Mayavad like Madhvacharya. He was really busting Mayavad. Now, the third Vaishnava is Vishnu Swami in South India. Now, this Vishnu Swami was a devotee of Narsingadev. And Vishnu Swami Sampradaya came Sri Vallabhacharya. So, Vishnu Swami Sampradaya, the greatest Acharya was Sri Vallabhacharya. He was born, I think, 600 BC. In Srila Gurudev's book also we'll see. But the most prominent Acharya in his Sampradaya was Vallabhacharya, who wrote Adaram Maduram Vadanam Maduram Nayanam Maduram Chaditam Maduram. So he was actually incarnation of Shukadeva Goswami. And Sri Vallabhacharya was born he was actually a Telangi Brahmana. He was a Telangi Brahmana from Andhra Pradesh. And I think he disappeared in Adail village near Prayag, if I'm not wrong. He had two sons, Vittalacharya and I think Giridhari. And Vallabhacharya, he was Vishnu Swami Sampradaya. But although he was Vishnu Swami Sampradaya, generally in Vishnu Swami Sampradaya, they worshipped the deity of Narsingadev, but Vallabhacharya was annulled devotee of Srinathji. Srinathji is the same deity which was Madhavendra Puri's deity in Nathadwara, Srinathji deity. Krishna lifting Giraj Govardhan. This deity was found by Sri Madhavendra Puri, the first out of Prema of Krishna Prema. And these deities worshipped by the descendants of Sri Vallabhacharya, disciples. Very sweet deity of Shiva. Krishna lifting Giraj Govardhan on his pinky finger. This is Srinathji. So now the fourth Acharya was Sri Nimbaditya. So Sri Nimbaditya Swami or Sri Nimbargacharya, as he is famously called, he was actually born also in Western India, and he also preached very strongly Bhakti line, Nimbargacharya. And they worship Radha Krishna, but maybe in Swakya mood. And this is the famous picture of Nimbargacharya. So Vaishnava Dharma is very ancient, is widespread, south, west, north, east. Everywhere Vaishnavas are there. And by the mercy of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, and Srila Gurudev and Srila Bhakti, and Srila Gurudev, Srila Dandi Maharaj, all the Vaishnavas now spreading all over the world. Everywhere, every town and village, they know about now Krishna. And they know about Radha Krishna, Hare Krishna mantra. So Nimbargacharya is here. You'll see that he was great Acharya. Nimbargacharya. So they accept disciple succession from Sri Hamsa, the swan manifestation of Krishna. Then they accept Sanaka, Narada, and also four Kumaras as their guru. But anyways, he was actually, that is how the tilak. If you see tilak like this, then you should know that that person belongs to Nimbarka or Nimbaditya Sampradaya. Chakra and Shankar, and then this particular tilak. If someone has this particular tilak on the forehead, he is certainly a member of Sri Nimbaditya Sampradaya. Nimbarka Chakra, Nimbaditya Sampradaya is popularly known as. So Vaishnava Dharma is widespread. Don't think that Vaishnavas are new origin. No, no, no. Vaishnavas is very ancient. This is the point we are making here. So by their mercy, perhaps half the population of India cross ocean of Maya and attain shelter at the lotus feet of Bhagwan. Also, just consider how many downtrodden and degraded people Sri Sachinandan, who is the master of my heart and soul, delivered in this land of Bengal, can you still not perceive the greatness of Vaishnava Dharma in spite of witnessing all this? So Mahaprabhu, obviously very, very kind and compassionate to every living entity. He delivered Jagai Madai. Jagai Madai were born in Brahmin family, but because of the bad association, they had become drunkards and very fallen persons. But Mahaprabhu wanted to kill them, but Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, they were delivered. So he said, Jagai Madai, they also, you see here, Jagai Madai, their deity is also there, Jagai Madai. This is the Jagai Madai's temple also is there. Jagai Madai, Samadhis, Madai Tala. So you see that here. And is, I think Katwa is there. Is Katwa? Samadhi is there in Katwa, I think. Katwa. Katwa is there. Katwa. Katwa is the place where Mahaprabhu took sannyas. Katwa. In Katwa, if you go there, there is a Samadhi of Mahaprabhu's hair also. Because Mahaprabhu's hair was shaved in Katwa when he took sannyas from Keshav Bharati. So maybe you'll see there the Samadhi of Mahaprabhu in Katwa. That hair which was cut, that was also given Samadhi. So there is Samadhi of his hair that say. I visited, I think once or twice I visited Katwa. Not so not so far actually. So there is where sannyas, he took sannyas actually, Mahaprabhu. You'll see here the Vaishnavas visiting this temple. Sannyas, his guru is Keshav Bharati, was incarnation of Akrura. But Mahaprabhu was very compassionate to the fallen souls. He delivered fallen souls and he's still delivering to them to disciplic succession. So the truth is that one cannot understand the underlying essence of the Shastras without impersonal and minute investigation. So, yes, but on what basis do you call Prahlad and the others Vaishnavas? Vaishnavas. They can be known as Vaishnavas on the basis of Shastra. Prahlad's teacher Shanda Namarka wanted to instruct him in Brahma Gyan, contaminated with the doctrine of Mayavad. But he rejected their teaching and realizing that Harinam is the essence of all education, and he constantly chanted the name of Bhagavan with great love and affection. Under such circumstances, there can be no doubt that Prahlad was a pure Vaishnava. The truth is that one cannot understand the underlying essence of the Shastras without impersonal and minute investigation. So you see that Prahlad had two teachers, not gurus but teachers. So Prahlad was in the womb of Mother Kayadu, and the demigods wanted to kill Kayadu because they thought that if mother is killed, the baby will also perish. The son may be as demoniac as father. So the son would be as demoniac as the father. So let's kill the mother so the baby will die, and we don't want a second Hiranyakashipu again to deal with. But Narad Muni told Indra that you cannot kill this woman because she is bearing in her womb of Mahabhagavata, baby Mahabhagavata. So leave her alone and give me I will give her shelter. Every day she used to string garlands in the ashram of Narad Muni. Some people say in Narad Kunda in Govardhan. And there she used to render service to Narad Muni because she was very tired in doing services. Sometimes she used to sleep in the classes of Narad Muni, Bhagavatam classes. But a baby in the womb was listening. And Prahlad listened to the classes of Narad Muni for maybe 60,000 years. Some people say 60,000 years. Because as long as Hiranyakashipu was doing austerities um, in the cave of Mandar mountain, she prayed to Narad Muni that let my baby not come out till his father comes. Otherwise, demigods might kill my baby. Huh? So Narad Muni granted that boon, and apparently she could not beget the baby till Hiranyakashipu returned. So all that time she was staying in the ashram of Narad Muni, stringing garlands, cleaning, cutting vegetables, brooming and sweeping the ashrama premises, and she doing all the menial seva and listening to Bhagavatam diligently. But she used to fall asleep because of the strain, and she was pregnant. But her son listened, and who was born of Mahabhagavad by the association of Narad Muni. So Prahlad apparently never was afraid of torture, so much so that his father asked him, "What is the best thing you have learned from your guru?" He said, "I have learned Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. Iti Pumsar Pita Vishnu Bhakti Che Navalakshana Riyate Bhagavati Atta Tanmanni Aditamuttamam." You'll see that Shukracharya was actually a guru of the demons. And Shukracharya is in Bhagavad Gita referred to as Kavinam Ushana Kavi. One of the names of Shukracharya is Ushana Kavi. He is also a great scholar, Shukracharya, but he is actually having two sons, Shanda and Amarka. Shanda means actually a raging bull. Raging bull. Where have you seen a raging bull actually? A raging bull, he is showing some other one, maybe some other film star. But bull is actually when he is in angry. He passes cow dung, which is very like water. So bulls, they are actually generally only eat and do nothing else. Bulls, they're very very strong. The bulls. So shanda means a bull who gives cow dung, but you cannot make cow dung patties out of it because it's too liquid. And there's also amarka. Amarka means actually amarka, I would say is um, the amarka would mean that this word amarka. What I heard is arka means the sun. Arka means the sun, and ama means not. So not sun. So not sun means darkness. So it means actually amarka means darkness. Darkness. And another meaning is monkey. Monkey. And shanda means actually a bull. So bull and monkey. So these were the teachers like bull and monkey. And Shukracharya. What do you see the here? Shukracharya. Shukracharya is the guru of them. Shukra literally means semen. Semen. So disciple succession that is carrying on by seminal line. Seminal line. This is called Shukracharya, disciple succession. But our disciple succession is not seminal line. Ours is actually called Pancharatrika line or Bhagavad line. We follow not seminal line, but we follow Bhagavad Parampara. Means it is the disciple succession of very high class of a Vaishnava. Understand? This is called Bhagavad Parampara. And not the Shukra Parampara. Not the Shukra Parampara. Just father is the guru. So the son is also guru. This is not acceptable to us. Shukra Parampara we don't follow. So we don't certainly follow the Shukra Parampara. We certainly follow this Bhagavad Parampara. Alright? So they were Mayavadis actually, Shanda and Amarka. Nyayaratna. If you say Vaishnava Dharma has been in perpetual existence, what new insight did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reveal for which he should be given such a special regard? Vaishnava Das. Vaishnava Dharma is like a lotus flower which gradually comes into bloom when the time is right. First, it appears as a bud, then slowly begins to blossom. In its maturity, it is fully blossomed and attracts all jivas by diffusing its sweet fragrance in every direction. At the beginning of creation, four aspects of knowledge were expressed to Brahma through the medium of Chatushloki Bhagavatam. These were Bhagavad Gyan, transcendental knowledge of the Absolute as Bhagwan. Maya Vigyan, analytical knowledge of Ishvara's external potency. Sadhana Bhakti, the means of attaining the goal, and Prema, which is the object of attainment. These four elements were manifested in the Jiva's hearts as the sprout of the lotus flower of Vaishnava Dharma. At the time of Prahlad, this sprout took shape as a bud, which gradually began to blossom in the period of Vedavyas Muni and developed into a flower at the time of Ramanuja, Madhva, and other Sampradaya Acharyas. Upon the appearance of Sriman Mahaprabhu, Vaishnava Dharma became the fully blossomed flower of Prema and began to attract the hearts of all the jivas, thus spreading its enchantingly sweet fragrance. So here you'll see that Sriman Bhaktivinoda Thakur is giving a very nice example that you'll see that maybe on internet you'll find something called time-lapse photography of a lotus. If someone has done it, if someone had the patience to do that, they might have done something like this. That how the lotus blooms. Someone can take the picture in time-lapse photography. And then you'll see that lotus in the small bud, then slowly it's blooming, and the fragrance is spreading everywhere. So that is how the Vaishnava Sampradaya is. At the time of Brahma, Brahma got 4 verses. Brahma only got the 4 verses. And Brahma apparently, the seed form, Bhagavatam was told to him. And then Brahmaji actually, you'll see here how the lotus is blooming like this. Understand? So lotuses bloom like this, slowly. So our Sampradaya is also like that. Our Sampradaya also is blooming like that. Slowly it is blooming. So Brahma got the seed. And then Prahlad's time, the lotus was blooming more. And at the time of 4 Acharyas, Madhvacharya, Ramanacharya, it bloomed more. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami, the lotus bloomed even more, and fully bloomed, and its fragrance is spreading everywhere. So Sampradaya becomes more fragrant, more sweet, exhaling honey and rasa vichar as the time. But what Brahma got actually was the seed of it. Brahma got the seed of it. So Sampradaya is like a lotus blooming like that. Like this time-lapse photography we are seeing here. So Lord Brahma, he's actually got Chatushloki, and Srila Gurudev has written this Chatushloki Bhagavatam. The 4 seed verses. That Chatushloki Bhagavatam, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj says, these are very good verses. Sripad Dandi Maharaj had told me once that you should compare in a small 1 A4 size sheet all these 4 verses of Chatushloki Bhagavatam. He said, add the first verse of Bhagavatam and these 4 verses and the last verse of Bhagavatam. So if you recite these 6 verses, you get the benefit of reciting entire Bhagavatam. So in Chatushloki Bhagavatam, Brahma is telling that Krishna is the source of everything. Everything comes from him. We'll discuss sometimes this Chatushloki Bhagavatam. So anyways, Sampradaya is blooming and spreading fragrance everywhere. So at the time of Prahlad, this sprout took shape as a bud which gradually began to blossom in the period of Vedavyas and developed into a flower at the time of Ramanuja, Madhva, and other Sampradaya Acharyas. Upon the appearance of Srimad Mahaprabhu, Vaishnava Dharma became the fully blossomed flower of Prema and began to attract the hearts of all the jivas by spreading its enchantingly sweet fragrance. The supremely confidential essence of Vaishnava Dharma is the awakening of Prema. So Srimad Mahaprabhu created the good fortune of the jivas by distributing the Prema through the chanting of Sri Harina. So you see that one very nice Shochaka. Shochaka means actually glorification of Sri Rupa Goswami, which is to be sung maybe on his disappearance day, but you can sing it also in his appearance day. And Shri Gurudev actually introduced me to this song, and Yang Kali Rupa Sharira Nadharata Tang Braja Prema Mahanidhi Kutarika Kona Kapata Udharata Nirakshiraham Sanapana Vidhayana Kona Pruthaka Karipayata Ko Sabataji Bhaji Vrindavana Ko Sabagrantha Virachita Yang Kali Rupa Sharira Nadharata Jabapitu Hula Phalatana Vida Manoraji Aravinda Sodhukara Vinu Panakona Janata Vidyamana Karibandha Ko Janata Mathura Vrindavana Ko Janata Brajanita Ko Janata Radha Madhavarati Ko Janata Suiprita Jakara Charana Prasad Sakala Jana Gai Gavai Sukha Pavata Charana Kamade Sharana Gata Madhu Charana Kamade Sharana Gata Madhu Tava Mahima Urala Gata Yang Kali Rupa Sharira Nadharata. If Rupa Goswami had not appeared in Kali Yuga, who would have opened the great storehouse of Brajaprem and distributed its content freely? Just as swan separates milk from water, who could have separated the rasas to taste them? Abandoning everything, he performed bhajan in Vrindavan and wrote his rasic literature. So now you'll see the swan has an ability. Let's come back to what Madhvacharya told in Mayava Shatudushani. I remember Sripad Dandipa had this book, and I used to read it once in his room. What Mayavadi says that the jiva, there's milk. Milk is, say, the Lord. Lord is milk. And water is the living entity. Alright? And living entity is water. And the Mayavadis tell that when you mix milk and water, they become one. They cannot be separated. So, they are inseparable. Jiva and the Lord become one and they become inseparable. So, they become one. This is the Mayavad philosophy. We merge in Lord or his effulgence. But Madhvacharya gives the example of swan. Swan you bring, he will separate water from milk. He will drink only milk. Means swan will drink only milk. Right? And he will simply ignore the water. If you give him, water will be gone and swan will only drink the milk. So, Madhvacharya refuted the argument of Mayavadis. You cannot mix with milk with water because swan has the ability of separating the milk from water. Right? So, Jiva cannot become Bhagwan. Madhvacharya refuting like this. Then they say that to Madhvacharya that Lord is one glass of water. One glass of water is the Lord and Jivatma is another glass of water of Lord. Living entity. And you mixed one glass of water, this one glass, there will be 2 glasses of water. So it will be only water. But Madhvacharya says that water will overflow. If you try to put one glass of water in another glass, which is already full, it will overflow. So Jiva cannot stay in that glass again. So he again refuted the Mayavad. So anyways, when the yellow forest flowers blossom and ripens, he lived like a bee, taking the nectar from that lotuses. Who could have understood the nectar of he was collecting? So what was that lotus? That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's love, prema. That flower of prema was now giving so much fragrance at the time of Rupa Goswami. Understand? And through this flower, fruit was born, prema fruit. So who could have understood Krishna's Leelas in Mathura and Vrindavan? How could we have known the sweet Vraja Leelas and the love between Radha and Madhav other than Rupa Goswami? You know? By the mercy of his lotus feet, all can sing about and attain such divine bliss. The surrendered Madhav Das is always praying to embrace Rupa's glories. The Sampradaya became the sweetest at the time of Rupa Goswami. Although at Brahma's time the Sampradaya began, but it became the sweetest at the time of Srila Rupa Goswami. Understand? So we'll stop here today. Now it's late. Next Friday, I'll be traveling back to Tirupati, night time. I don't know what time is my train, and I may be in transit. So Friday class should be either preponed or postponed. Either way, so I'll discuss with that. Let's do some 10-minute Nama Sankirtan. Discuss with Vishaka Didi, Friday class, because I may be traveling. My ticket is not done yet because reservation is not there, but make it in Tatkal and take a train Friday night. Generally, train maybe 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, but I'll be in bus. So Friday class should be, date should be changed just once. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Go. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Go. Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Bol Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Jai Vancha Kalpatarvesha Kripa Sindhu Vasupatanam Pavalika Vaishnava. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you so much for that. So Maharaj, you were saying next week Friday you might be traveling. So I don't know if you want to do it the Thursday. I have a class in the morning on Thursday with Gurudev at 1 o'clock South African time, 3:30 India time, I think. But we can do the Thursday evening, our normal time, after Gurudev's class. Then I can
Okay, Friday, the Thursday.
Oh, we can see next week in the week as
Okay,
it's approaching. We
That's
can
fine,
just,
that's
because
fine.
we still have a Monday, Tuesday class. So you can then let us know your schedule.
Sure, Ravi. Sure. That is better.
Yeah.
Hare
Yeah.
Hare.
Instead of
Thank you so much.
missing in the week. Okay, thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you.
I'm going to want to Jai Diwani, please. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Raja Vinod Bharati Ki Jai. Vishnu Parastota Rashata Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Vishnu Deti Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Om Vishnu Parastota Rashata Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Dandi Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitarila Pravishta Vishnu Parastota Rashata Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitarila Pravishta Om Vishnu Parastota Rashata Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitarila Pravishta Om Vishnu Parastota Rashata Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Ki Jai. नितिले प्रविष्टम विष्णु पार स्तोत्र रसता श्रीमद भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय नितिले प्रविष्टम विष्णु पार श्रीला भक्ति संत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय नितिले प्रविष्टम भगवत प्रवर श्रीला गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय नितिले प्रविष्ट श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्तिनोद ठाकुर की जय नितिले प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सर्वपाशी जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय श्री गौड़िया वेदांत आचार्य श्रीला बलदेव विद्याभूषण प्रभु की जय श्रीला विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर की जय श्री नरोत्तम श्रीनिवास रामानंद प्रभु त्राय की जय श्री कृष्ण कविराज गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय श्री रूप सनातन भाद्रदास श्री गोपाल दास सत गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय राम मंदारी श्री गौर प्रसाद विंद की जय नाम श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से गौर श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसती गौर भक्त विंद की जय शांतिदीप मायापुर सीमंतदीप गोद्रुमदीप मध्यदीप कोलादीप ऋतुदीप जानुदीप मोद्र द्रुमदीप उददीप पद्मकाश नवदीप राम की जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपाल गोपी गोवर्धन द्वार भनत मकाशी वजमंदा की जय श्री राधा कुंज श्याम कुंज गंगा यमुना तुलसी भक्ति देवी की जय श्रीमती वृंद देवी की जय श्री पूर्णमासी योग माय की जय श्री गोपीश्वर महादेव की जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्र जीव की जय श्वेत मंदिर की जय सर्व विघ्न विनाशकारी श्री नरसिंहदेव की जय भक्त प्रभु श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय चार धाम की जय चार संप्रदाय की जय चार आचार्य की जय अखर महाराज श्री चैतन्य माँ की जय श्री केशव विजी गौरी मत सम की जय ग्रंथ राज श्रीमद भागवत नाम संकीर्तन की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय सामगात भक्त वृंद की श्री नित्य गौर प्रेम नन हरि
हरि हरि बोल क्षमा कर दे Thank you so much. Hare. Sorry, I today fell asleep, so you had to call me.
Sorry, Maharaj.
I was
Sorry,
took prasadam in the evening, then fell asleep. So when I got a phone call, I woke up. Thank you so much. Hare. Done. Hare.
So thank you. Sorry, Maharaj. Thank you so much for always giving us your time and being here for us. We really appreciate it.
Thank
Please,
you.
you must take rest, Maharaj. If you need rest, please let us know.
No,
We'll always
it was actually evening time. I had prasadam. It was very heavy. Then my eyes just closed.
Oh,
Hare.
okay.
Thank you.
Shripad Bhaktivedanta Vishnu Daivata Maharaj ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare.
Sorry Maharaj sorry to say what page did you stop at today?
Today, let me see here. We are in the middle of Prabhu, Hanuman Prabhu, page 229, Nitya Dharma history. At the time of Prahlad, we can start from there next time. Middle of page number 229.
Okay, thank you so much.
Jai. Hanuman Prabhu ki jai. Thank you so much. Hare.
Shripad Bhaktivedanta Vishnu Daivata Maharaj ki jai. Panchakalpatarubhyasya Aksharasamudipyasya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namaha.
All ghosts assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj, for attending. Thank you, dear devotees. We'll see you all on Thursday for Shripad Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj's class. Sorry. Friday. Yes, Thursday. Hare Krishna.
Hare